Good morning, Hojo staff, students, and families. Ya'ataya bina. We're ready to start our day, so everybody please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. And our voices are off and our bodies are still. Our eyes are on the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, April 14th. And we have some music for you today. Mrs. Neff Selection this week. Tell me what we're listening to. So you have to listen to it a little bit longer than we usually listen to some pieces so you can get to the part where you actually hear the waltz music. And so that was a clue. What's the name of the piece? Waltz of the Flowers from the Nutcracker Suite by Tchaikovsky, right? Our ballet dancers did a dance routine to the Sugar Plum Fairy, also from the Nutcracker Suite, and I believe Mrs. No, her students did From the Pines or the Pine Forest, another selection within the Nutcracker Suite. There's the March of the Tin Soldiers, which is very popular around Christmas time. You can hear that. So very, very important piece of music that you will hear every holiday season anywhere in the world. Nutcracker Suite, Waltz of the Flowers. Okay, our artist this week, Gustav Klimt, right? Austrian painter and famous for using lots of geometric shapes and gold leaf. So his paintings, I'm sure, just shimmer. I've never seen one in real life. I've only seen pictures. But one day, maybe. I know there's one in Austria, right? We learned that yesterday. Which painting is in Austria in a museum? It was captured by the Nazis. It was stolen by the Nazis during World War II. In 1941, it was stolen, but then restored and brought back to Austria. Do you remember this one from yesterday? The Lady in Gold, Adele Bloch-Bauer, The Lady in Gold. I think there was a movie about that too, if I'm not mistaken. And so today, or actually let's do Monday. Monday, his most famous painting is The Kiss. Remember this one we looked at? And the one for today is very similar to the one of The Kiss, but this one is called The Embrace, right? An embrace is a hug. And it's part of a larger piece, which the larger piece is called The Tree of Life. And in the background, you can see all these scrolls, and all these little scrolls are the branches from the Tree of Life, from the larger picture painting that this is taken from. And so also a very famous painting. It's less realistic, the faces. Remember how realistic, even though there's lots of geometric shapes. Let me show you again. If you look at the face of Adele here, Adele Bloch-Bauer, you can see it's very realistic. You know pretty much if you met her at the Rio West Mall, you would recognize her and say, hey, aren't you Adele Bloch-Bauer from the Golden Lady in Gold? But if you saw the people in The Embrace, make sure this is The Embrace, less likely to be able to identify them. It's less realistic. You can see the scrolls in the background, the tree of life. Lots of gold in this one, geometric shapes. So it would be very exciting to see that in person. Okay, poetry for the week. Robert Frost, right? The Road Not Taken from our 4th grade selection. And yesterday, in fact, I hope you got to see yesterday's announcements. I know they were late to have them come up. They were recorded at the same time as usual, but for some reason the internet was a little bit slower yesterday and it took a long time for them to get posted. So I hope today's announcements get posted with enough time for you to see them first thing in the morning. But The Road Not Taken, we talked about yesterday, and very famous poet, Robert Frost, for the United States, for America. He was poet laureate for a period of time, and that means he was the poet who represented America at that time. And so this is one of his most famous pieces that you will often hear quoted. You'll hear people say, just in talking, "Oh yes, the road not taken." And that brings to mind this whole poem when you hear somebody just share that with you. So whenever there's a big choice that somebody has to make, there's you're at what they call a crossroads. If you're driving and you get to a spot where the road turns into a Y and you have 2 choices, you look down one, is this the one we're going to go, or is this the one we're going to go? But in life, it happens with choices where we say, do I want to do this or do I want to do that? And when you get, do I want to go to this college or do I want to go to that college? Do I want to take this job or do I want to take that job? So there are times in your life you'll have to make huge choices, and you'll hear people talk about the road not taken, which sometimes reflects on the other choice, the choice you didn't make. And you wonder, what would that have been like if I had taken that choice? But Robert Frost doesn't make a claim in this poem. If you listen carefully, he doesn't really say that one was a good choice and one was a bad choice. He just says, by taking one choice, it makes all the difference in your life, for good or for not so good. So when we're making choices, you stop and you think, okay, I have to make a choice. What am I going to do? And it sort of brings to mind the poem that we did last week. For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. Small things, small choices can have big consequences. So when we're listening to this poem, we're thinking about those things. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth, and then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as far that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Okay, friends, Bill of Rights. We are doing our first 10 amendments, and we're up to 8. We're up to 8. We're doing a good job with that. We have 2 more to go, and they're quite short, so we should be able to get this down by the end of the year. So let's do the 6th amendment together. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. Okay, 7. In suits at common law, where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. Eighth Amendment. Let's see if we can do this without breaking it up, right? Remember, excessive bail shall not be required. That's how it starts. Ready? Say it with me. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. Right. That's our Eighth Amendment right. Rights in the Constitution. The law of the land. No birthdays today. Happy on birthday, everyone. So announcements. I know we've all been sort of coming back to school and we've been away from each other for a long time, and things were kind of slow to ramp up socially with our friends, but now it feels like we've been here for a couple weeks. I want to go over a couple of things. When you were on the playground, if you were in grades kindergarten through 4th grade, if you're out there on that playground, make sure that you're being kind to each other. I know you like to play tag. Tag is the oldest game from all time, and it's everybody's favorite game. But sometimes what happens if you tag somebody too hard, then it leads to somebody getting mad and hitting back, and then next thing you know, it's a scuffle. And so if you want to play, you need to play carefully and make sure you're respecting each other. And no play fighting out there, because people are getting hurt, and I need you to be safe, right? Have a good time, but be safe. Middle school transitions, it's not a time to play tag, friends. You just come out, talk to your friends, get some fresh air, walk around, say hello, visit a little bit, and then head back into your class in a timely fashion quickly so that you can get right to work. And making sure that we're being respectful to each other and respectful to ourselves, which means that we're making good choices. Remember? All these talks we've had about choices. Okay, so basketball has one more game, and I believe in their season will come to a close. It's been an exciting season for them. Track is starting up. If you'd like to run a track or be in a track event, see Mr. Bullock, and he can get you signed up for that. That's all we have for today, so let's do our student pledge. I will do the good, I will learn the true, and I will love the beautiful. And I hope you have a great day today.